Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fat Show. So on this week's episode, I'm going to be going over my Honda Civic EP3 and seeing what I can find wrong with it. I have been daily driving the car for the last 2 weeks, so there's been a few minor things I've found, but overall I think it's in really good shape. So with that, I'll get started. I think the first thing I'll do is put it up on my quick jacks. I've been able to obviously go around the car on the outside and under the hood and the interior, but the car's pretty low, so I haven't even looked under it really yet, other than when I was buying it. I looked under there to make sure there was no rust and some of the bushings I could see looked alright, which everything checked out. So let's get it up in the air, and I don't know, I'll probably start with cosmetic stuff and then work my way underneath. Hopefully my quick jacks fit on this car. It's probably like the shortest wheelbase car that I've used with my new quick jacks, but give it a go. First thing I didn't really notice until I put it up in the air is that this body line was a little bit off. So I don't know if someone's taken the bumper out before or it's a replacement. But that isn't quite right, although I don't really care. A little scuff there. Overall, I mean, it's really good. I can't believe how good these headlights are. I don't know if they're replacements or not, but yeah, they do say depot on them. So I guess they're not original Honda ones, but whatever. They look good. So that's all I care about. A little bit more scuff here. So the number one thing that it has annoyed me that I found wrong with this car is the fact that the front windshield, like washer spray, doesn't work. And if you look in here, you can see it looks like something, I'm not sure if someone like half-ass cut this trying to get at it and troubleshoot it, or something broke through here. But you can see the two washer pumps there. I guess it's pretty easy access, but I'll have to do some troubleshooting to see what's up there. But yeah, I mean, it's super clean. There's a few dings and dents and scratches, but overall not too bad. Same thing, it looks like this got hit or something, so that's not quite right, but not terrible. This, I think that might be paint on top of the paint, so that might just come off with some goo on or whatever. I don't think it's plastic, but anyways, if it is plastic, you can touch that up easy enough. Badges are falling off. I have the badges, so just need to re-adhere them. Not really sure what happened there. It's that blinkers. And then the biggest dent the car has is this one, which I could do some paintless dent removal and remove this, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But overall, like body-wise, it's pretty good. And moving on to the interior, I think it's in pretty immaculate shape. I mean, there's a little bit of creasing here and a little bit of wear in here, but based on some of the other ones I've seen, it's pretty good shape, and all the bolstering is super stout in it. None of the foam's broken, so pretty happy about that. Haven't really checked out the back seat at all. Pointed out the steering wheel in the last video. Pretty much everything in the interior works that I've tried so far. I've tried everything except for the sunroof. I'm always afraid to try the sunroof on old used cars. I haven't tried that yet. Everything else works as it should. The aux cable was a little bit off when I first got it, as far as it was like crackly or whatever, but it was just a bad connection on the back side of that plug, so I pulled that plug out and then reconnected it, and it's been awesome. Heat and AC are top notch. Oh yeah, I guess this is broken. I have the old one, so I don't know if that's just adhesive on there or what actually holds that on, but should be an easy fix. I'm actually like shocked at how nice this interior is. Personally, I don't know what you guys think, but for a nearly 20-year-old car with almost 200,000 miles, I think it's pretty good. I've had some German cars that didn't look anything like that. I also forgot to mention when I was doing the interior part of this that some of the backlights are out for the gauge cluster, so like particularly this one over here is out, so when you're driving at night you can't see how much fuel you have, which is kind of annoying. And some of the other ones are pretty dim, so there's a box of bulbs that the last owner gave me. Actually, it looks pretty easy to pull the whole cluster out and replace those, so I'll probably do that right away also. Under the hood, I mean, I pointed out this aftermarket intake. I'm not sure what I'm going to do as far as maybe trying to find an original one since the rest of the car is original, or just live with it, but we'll see. But I haven't found any leaks. Everything looks original in here. Motor mounts look good. Serpentine belt looks good. I haven't really found any leaks. I did briefly look under it and there's nothing too alarming. Yeah, pretty much the only real mechanical issue I've noticed with it so far is just the washer fluid not working. Everything's really tight up front. So that's under the engine. I checked the oil after I drove it for like, I think I've driven it like 800 miles and it hasn't used any oil, so that's good. My old K24 in my Acura used to use a shit ton of oil, so. I already went ahead and checked all the tie rods and wheel bearings, and all 4 of them were good. These front brakes are a little bit, you can really see it. There's not a ton of meat left there, so those will need done eventually, but not right away. And honestly, it looks like the rotors are brand new because there's no lip on it whatsoever. All right, heading underneath, it looks like the AC compressor was just replaced recently. I don't see any leaks to be alarmed about. It looks like this axle seal here, or half shaft seal, might be leaking just a little bit, but it honestly doesn't leave anything on the ground, so I'm just gonna leave it until it starts to drop on the ground. I went through before and pushed on all the suspension leakage, and everything seems pretty tight. These tie rod ends look a little worn. There's definitely no grease left in them, so I'll probably go ahead and order the tie rod ends, but that's all I'm gonna touch. This control arm was a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit cracked. So eventually that will need done, but I'm not gonna worry about it right away. It doesn't rattle or whatever, clunk at all, so I think I'll just start by doing the tie rod ends, and that's pretty much it. Same thing with the engine. Everything back here looks pretty good. There's not much oil on it. I know everything looks dry as far as the pan for the most part. I know they leave some oil just because the location of the oil filter up above that axle shaft, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. And yeah, underneath it just looks really good. So after years of German cars, I really don't know how to describe this rear suspension on this car. It's not like anything I've seen before, but again, just like the front, everything was tight. It looks like the shocks are brand new back here. But yeah, everything looks really good. The rear brakes have a little bit more life than the front, but they'll still need addressed. Eventually, I can't believe there's like not a spot of rust on this car. I mean, other than the exhaust, but that's always gonna get rusty just from the heat cycles. But I mean, look at it, it's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. Yeah, and that's pretty much it underneath. It looks really good. Nothing to be concerned about right away. Well, as another update, I fixed the most annoying thing that was wrong with the car already, and I sprayed myself in the face with washer fluid in doing that. But the actual issue with the washer fluid reservoir was the tubing. This tubing just had a kink in it. So it was like the tubing just had a kink in it and it was all closed off. So all I did was like pull some more slack, cut it off and put it back on. And it works like a champion now. So overall it was a success. My issue was I stood at the side of the car to test it and ended up spraying myself in the face with washer fluid, but I'm happy that it's fixed. So that's a look at my EP3 and everything that's wrong with it or not wrong with it. I mean, I think pretty much the only immediate thing I need to address is just the fact that there's no washer spray, which hopefully that's an easy fix. I'm gonna actually check right now and see if there's a blown fuse before I go in for the day. I can't really do any troubleshooting unless I have someone to run the washers. But hopefully that's an easy fix. It doesn't look too bad, easy to get at. I looked online. If I need to buy that whole new pump, it's pretty cheap. Personally, I think I did pretty good on this one, and perhaps I need to smoke a little victory cigar. Don't typically smoke anything, but when I was cleaning out the car, I found this in one of the door sills. Doesn't smell fresh, so probably gonna not do that, but yeah, I actually made out pretty well for once. And I love the fact that I can just get in the car and drive it just as like it is. because I had another car that was not so much that way. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. I know there wasn't anything too shocking as far as content or whatever, but stay tuned for more videos with this EP3, more videos with the Saab and my other cars. I think I need to do some maintenance on the Cayenne, then I'll start working on pulling the transmission out of the Saab, and then eventually I'm going to do some just preventative tune-up maintenance work to this, but there's nothing alarming that I need to do right away, and I think I'm just going to keep daily driving it like I have been, because I actually quite like driving it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you really liked, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Honda content, more Saab content, and everything in between. Alright, thank you guys, bye.